Alright, so I just got home from work. My feet kind of hurt. I'm kind of tired. I turned off my heater, so I'm pretty freaking cold, but this way I have the best recording atmosphere, sort of. And I'm ready. I'm ready to record, so... Welcome to Monster Monday, where I draw monsters as cute anime babes. Today we're drawing Frankenstein's monster, as I've named her Pandora. She's a little bit more of a Bride of Frankenstein. That's kind of what I wanted for her, like, design to kind of come across with. I don't really know if that came across too well or not, but the design process for her was kind of dumb just in general. I was first inspired by this dumb app that I have on my phone, which I don't even play it anymore. I don't know why I still have it on my phone, but it's called Legendary, and it's kind of like Candy Crush, sort of. The bottom half of your screen while you're playing is like that Bejeweled Candy Crush kind of thing where you line up, I don't know, 3 in a row, 4 in a row of the same color. But instead of it crushing candy in this case, you're powering up your dudes. So your dudes are like your little cards that you get while you're playing. And the other half of the screen is like the enemy that you're attacking. So you'd get your 4 in a row, 5 in a row of whatever color. It could be green, red, blue, pink. Pink was health. And it powers up your dudes, which are cards. And they will shoot whatever magic and defeat the enemy. Or it might take more turns to defeat the enemy, whatever. I don't understand why I'm actually telling you how the game works, because I'm not talking about the game. But, talking about the cards, because back in October, this app does like events just like any other app, and they did a Halloween event, and when they do their events, their icon on your phone, their little app icon, will update and it'll change for, to correspond with whatever event's going on. So, one day I see that they updated and I look at the little icon and it's like, it's interesting because it's so small you can't really see a lot, but I can kind of see that it's Frankenstein. So obviously I clicked on it because I wanted to see. And the first thing you see is their loading art, because this game takes forever to load. That's why I don't play it anymore. And you see this beautiful Frankenstein art, or Bride of Frankenstein, I guess. And she's, very orange, very pretty. She's got that big hairdo, whatever. And she's holding a staff that at the top is a bouquet of flowers. It's gorgeous. It was freaking gorgeous. And I don't play the game anymore, so I shouldn't really care about the stupid card thing, but when I saw that, I was like, damn it, I gotta have her card, I gotta see this all the time. But, so, I get into the game, and the game kind of does the same thing that Fire Emblem Heroes kind of does, I think. I don't actually play Fire Emblem, I just watch my boyfriend play it. But you can kind of get a pack of characters, especially during events, and it's kind of randomized, so you can get whatever cards might be advertised in that pack. You can get them either super underleveled or super leveled up, sort of, I guess. You need to buy them, sort of. So you get diamonds, which is like the in-game currency. What's basically kind of like Animal Crossing leaf tickets, where you can earn them in-game, but you can also buy them. And because I don't play the game very often, I don't use them very often. But I had a whole bunch left over from the last time I played, and so I was like, hell yeah. And I hit that stupid, buy your card thing, and I immediately got, like, the highest level Frankenstein lady, and I was so happy to get this stupid Frankenstein lady. I don't even play the game. I didn't even play the game after that. I was just like, hell yeah! And then I shut off the app and went to start drawing. Which, it really happened where I turned off the app, immediately turned on my iPad, and started to draw. Because I was so inspired by this awesome Frankenstein art, his beautiful Bride of Frankenstein art, that I had to draw my own. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job. I really liked the Frankenstein that I was doing at the time, or Bride of Frankenstein, whatever. Because it's just kind of like her waking up, you know, getting off the slab. She had her flowers in her hand. She had kind of more modern and more sleek looking wedding dress. But I got really bored of drawing it. It was one of those things where it's like, all right, I got most of the line art done. I just don't want to do the specific body part, which was a hand, obviously. It was also a foot. I was having a lot of trouble figuring out where I wanted her like legs to be. It was not well thought out. It was not a well thought out drawing. It was turning out really great. It just wasn't well thought out. So after that, I just kind of took a break from drawing my Frankenstein lady, but I still had this want to draw I guess monster girls in general. Just kind of like sparked an interest into me of, hey, let's draw monster girls. Monster girls would be fun. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Monster girls would be fun to draw. So I started drawing monster girls. Just kind of, you know, on and off. I drew another Bride of Frankenstein, but this time more cartoonish. And like a bit more modern too. I was really inspired by Monster High dolls when I was drawing them. So I was kind of like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna draw some cutesy monster girls and be done with it. So then I draw Pandora again, and I was kind of like, okay, I kind of like this design, but I don't really have anything to do with it, until I started thinking about Monster High dolls and dolls in general. And the way I had drawn Pandora is I had drawn those like stitches that Frankenstein has, you know, on the top of her head. And for whatever reason, that kind of sparked this idea into me that, what if there was a doll that could screw off the top of her head, and you can replace her haircut. So she could have long hair, she could have short hair, she could have super short hair, she could have a mohawk. You know, really just stuff like that. Because I remember when I was a kid, I knew this girl who had, I think it was a Bratz doll, but the doll came with multiple heads. And what you're supposed to do with her was you're supposed to rip off her head and put on a different one, because those are the heads that had different haircuts, right? So if you wanted her to have short hair, but she had long hair on, instead of doing whatever every 5-year-old would do by, you know, getting a pair of scissors, instead of doing that, you ripped off her head and put on a new one. And even as a kid, I was like, that's a little macabre, but I like it. I wish all dolls did that. So I kind of thought, hey, you know, already a Frankenstein doll is a little, you know, I wouldn't say macabre, but just a little weird. But let's up that weird factor. You can screw off the top of her head and put on a different top of her head. It's brilliant. So after that, I started drawing, you know, Pandora. This is like the first time I drew her kind of having more of a direction as to what I wanted her to look like. And I drew her, you know, trying on a different hairstyle. And she had all these other, like, she's standing in front of a mirror. She had all these other hairstyles behind her, you know, on like mannequin heads. And I thought it was a really cool idea. So after that, I started drawing more characters, and I kind of was like, I really like my monster characters. I want to do something with them. I wanted to make a comic for a little while, but it was super unoriginal because it was basically Monster High, but instead of it being like a goofy kids thing, it's a little bit more dark, because that's the kind of person I am. Pandora wasn't really going to be a main character in that. She was just kind of a secondary character, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of it when it comes to Pandora. I named her Pandora because I kind of like the idea of her getting into trouble a lot. I like to think she has a strong sense of self. She's very confident. She loves, you know, fashion. She didn't. Otherwise, why would she have different hairstyles to put on all the time? This is stupid. But I really like her. She's one of my favorite characters to draw out of the bunch that I made. Mostly because if I have a character that loves fashion, I love to draw her in different outfits. And Pandora, you know, she's always styling. I love her. Next to talk about. Oh, the drawing process. Sorry, I got just notes off on the side. I didn't write a script for this, as you can probably tell. The drawing process of this particular piece. Typically I really, again, love drawing Pandora. This particular piece, because this is going to be something more along the lines of, oh, you're seeing her for the first time, at least here on YouTube, I've posted a picture or two of her on DeviantArt and Twitter before, so, it's not like the first time I've ever drawn her. This is just the first time I'm putting her up on YouTube, and I thought, well, I gotta have something that kind of shows off her oh, I hit my keyboard. I gotta have something that sort of shows off her personality whilst still being cute to look at, I guess. I did a couple of sketches before this, and I was kind of like, I don't really like them. They didn't feel... They felt very much like a pose that Pandora would be in, but they didn't feel good enough, I guess. And this was just kind of... I'm not super happy with this pose. It's not very interesting, I guess. But, it works. It was the best out of the three. I was tired of coming up with sketches. I was kind of bored with it at this point, so I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna draw it. It looks fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine. It's fine. And then I started drawing it and recording it. And I'm sorry that the visual aspect of it is kind of meh. I'm starting to get used to using OBS and recording, but I'm not quite there yet because I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. But that's about it. Oh, there's a point in this drawing where it was really dumb. I was drawing the feet and I was like, oh god, this is terrible. And I pulled away, I zoomed out and I saw the feet and I laughed so hard. I hate drawing feet so much. They're so bad. I like drawing shoes. I just don't like drawing open-toed shoes, which, I drew her with open-toed shoes because they were like platform sandals, but like, oh god, this looks so bad. Oh my god. But yeah, that's it. I ran out of things to talk about. I ran out of things to ramble about. So thanks for watching, especially if you got this far. Oh my god. How did you listen to me ramble for this long? But thank you for watching. There'll be another video on Monday. And whatever. I want to say all the like and subscribe, but that's so dumb, right? It's not dumb. It sounds so bad all the time. You hear it from every YouTuber. And I'll come up with something in the future. But yeah, thank you. If there's a monster that you want to see me draw as a cute anime babe, tell me, put it in the comments, tweet it at me. Maybe I already have one set up. Maybe I don't. If not, totally new and interesting. It's an adventure. This is an adventure, and this is just the first step to it. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you probably next Monday. Bye.